Well, here we are, folks. We're at the second to last stop before the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history. Do you have WrestleMania fever? Is it coursing through your veins? Is it spreading all over your body? It spread all over my body to the point I had to go to the clinic to get a few shots because I was getting rashes in all kinds of places. On my arms, on my legs, and in a sensitive area I'm not allowed to show on camera. But anyway, I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. They missed out on calling this RawstleMania, even though it sounds like Rastafari and Chill Winston. Anybody who gets that reference, I will be absolutely amazed. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on this show in the comments, please. It wasn't very good. It wasn't the worst go-home show that I've seen. But as far as builds, and look, I recognize that last year the build wasn't all that great, but also they didn't have crowds. They've had crowds back for quite a while now. That doesn't mean that the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history will be the worst in the world, but I fear that the good will really stand out and the bad will just drag it down. Also, my WrestleMania 38 predictions, the most stupendous predictions in WWE history, will be up sometime tomorrow because I've been up for about 17 hours by this point and I really don't feel like staying up. Plus, I got to figure out, hey, are they going to add any more matches last minute like they did tonight? 5 days before the fucking pay-per-view? Remember when they would, always, have the card set pretty much, maybe except a pre-show match, just before, a couple weeks before? There's nothing wrong with having your card set, and now all of a sudden, they're just, adding matches last minute. Anyway, so the Bork Night Cowboy is here. Nobody gets that reference. Why is Michael Cole here? I've been asking that since 2007, and I ask it again tonight. They show recaps of Bork and Roman. A lot of recaps tonight. And Bork talks about handing out country ass lickings. I think I heard that right. And we go with a trip down memory lane. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. And he shuts down the what chance. You're going to listen to Bork if he tells you to shut that down because he's like, yeah, Steve Austin will be there and I could have beat Steve Austin's ass too. Goes to Suplex City. Goes on a carnival ride and everything. Hopefully not a carnival that was in Florida because we need to make sure that people are strapped properly to those rides. And Wedding Crashers, their two titles are going to be melded together. They're going to be doing the snake tootsie and doing the tongue waggly thing. La 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 la. No, I don't know what I'm on about, and I don't really fucking care, because at this point, if WWE doesn't care, if they want to just make the word stupendous, to, getting to the point where nobody wants to fucking hear it, I'll just keep fucking saying it, because why not? And also, snaky titles, la 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 la. Yeah, because it's a unification match, even though they're probably going to bring out another title, because everybody, the networks are not happy. They want their own champion. So it's a unification match in theory. And we don't need to be in theory or around theory. Then we get the card rundown. Here's Miz, and meanwhile in Miz's own little world, because he has a little globy thing, we get recaps of Ray being unmasked for the first time ever, even though he wrestled for about 2 years in WCW unmasked. So, Miz cuts a promo. Hey, here's the guy that filmed the dead body in a Japanese forest. It's the guy in the mask. It's Logan Paul. They call him Lucha Logan, and Lucha has never seemed lower than it did with Logan Paul putting on a goddamn Lucha mask. He can keep it then. You know what? He can get fucked as far as I'm concerned. That's all I gotta say. The Mysterios show up, we get a brief beatdown, and Dominic got ejected. And then Ray faced off against Miz in a match that certainly existed. So first, Logan Paul mocks the Japanese culture. Now he mocks Lucha culture. I'm just saying, look, I don't care how young you are. If you're going to do that kind of stuff and you're going to film it, you deserve to be freaking ridiculed and berated to the point you are shamed and you get sad and you maybe go away and you don't ever come back or show your face again. But, yeah, same as it ever was. It was certainly what it... God damn it. So yeah, Ray eventually gets the win, and they try to get their hands on Logan Paul, but then they get their hands on Miz. They get the mask back. Stop the steal, Ray is hearing. Oh no, wait, that's just Vicky making another incredibly insensitive racist thing because she's pro-wall and anti-immigration because Vicky Guerrero should not be here and Eddie should be. But anyway, enough about Vicky Guerrero. So yeah, they do that, and I don't care about this match. Veer is going to finish coming next week. He's been coming for about 6 months. That is a lot of stamina. A package on Rollins not being able to go to Mania, and then he Gets to WWE HQ to meet with Vince 2 hours early. I need to know who that receptionist is. My goodness, that girl was really hot. Also, they apparently had a discount Uncle Phil there as another type of receptionist for Vince's office. I don't know who that guy was. Vince has no clue where he is. They really need to get rid of this fossil. And the one on the wall, too. Hey-oh. This was awkward. Vince doesn't have the commanding presence anymore. He seems lost. Why didn't you just ask me to be on the Mania card? So he's got a random match at Mania, Rollins does, against an opponent of Vince's choosing. It's either going to be Cody or it's going to be a complete troll job. Watch them bring the Fiend back. I don't know at this point what they're going to do, and I'm probably not even going to know by tomorrow when I do my predictions. So yeah, this was certainly awkward. And then Rollins was just laughing and running around and everything and doing the Homer Simpson woo 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 stuff. Here's Edward James Omos, and then he faces the Raiders, and apparently either Eric got injured or they said, fuck it, we're just going to sandbag this and we're done. Maybe they're going to get released and they can go back to being War Machine and actually be respected. Because they've earned a lot of money as the Viking Raiders, but they've certainly lost a ton of dignity. There has been nothing good that the Raiders have done. Nothing. I can't name one good goddamn thing they've done on the main roster. And no, the stuff with the Street Profits doesn't count because it was abysmal television. It was bad and WWE should feel bad. So, Steve Patrick talks to Omos about who can stop him. Nobody can stop me. Here's Lashley. And Lashley bounces around like a freaking ping pong ball in a bouncy castle. He's just boom, boom, boom. He's just bouncing around like crazy. Really trying. Omos is not good. He is not. Tag team matches basically hid his weaknesses. And look, some people take a while to get better, and then some are basically the Nigerian Giant Gonzalez, and he kind of is that. I mean, he makes more sense on promos. But anyway, yeah, Lashley did manage to knock Omos down. Then he got confused. It was kind of like watching Kurgan in the 98 Rumble. Remember Kurgan? He's done better in movies. He's done a lot better in movies. He was a fine, sizable guy, but he wasn't great in the ring. So anyway, yeah, that ate up quite a bit of the show. That was the second match technically. I don't really count it though, so it's just one match. And then we go back to Dana and Reggie, and Reggie proposes to Dana Brooke, and wrestling dies a little bit more because this romance stuff will not end. It's happening so much on NXT 2.0, and now it's happening here. I don't care about love. You guys can have love. I don't want to know what love is. I don't want you to show me. I don't want to know what love is. And I don't remember the rest of the words. The whole point is I don't care about this stuff. At least on a wrestling program. You want to be happy and in love? Fine. I prefer to be miserable and single and everything because it's cheaper. I can actually be happy not spending money on people. Because that's all that ever happens in relationships. Just spend money on people, and then life sucks, and then something happens. Life sucks if you pay her enough. Okay, now that all the women that were watching my show are gone, all 5 of them. So yeah, Dana and Reggie are happy. And then Tozawa says to Tamina, I knew he was going to propose. And then he proposes to her, and oh no, I really hope the chapel they're going to be at doesn't have stairs, because a snooker in a relationship near a chapel where stuff could happen, my God, if it walks down the stairs, it's going to fall down. Tozawa's going to, fall asleep in a hotel room and never wake up. Anyway, now that I've demeaned Tamina for absolutely no goddamn reason, let's talk about the fact that this was bad and WWE should feel. Any of this 24/7 stuff is embarrassing. Here's Roman and Co. Pittsburgh acknowledge his meat, and they did. And then he knocks the what chance. Stop the what chance, you fucking idiot. I mean, I know that you got the Pirates, and they really aren't very good, and Ben Roethlisberger is now going to be perusing colleges, allegedly, and your team isn't going to be very good. But come on, guys, you have the Penguins. You had Mario Lemieux. He hasn't played hockey in a number of years, but come on, Pittsburgh actually seems like a pretty damn good sports city. Sorry to anybody from Pittsburgh that happens to be watching, but anybody in the crowd that was participating in the what chance, there's something wrong with you. There really is something wrong with you. The what chants are one of the worst things to happen in professional wrestling as far as like stuff that the fans shout back. So, he hasn't forgotten what happened at Mania 34. He's not beaten Brock at Mania, and that he will beat him, and he's going to make it personal, and he's going to make him bleed. He's not going to bleed this time, and there you go. Okay, good promo, good stuff. Roman was upset, and they're going to be selling those tracksuits on WWE.com pretty soon. And then Zelina and this burned piece of beef jerky, we're talking to Shayna and Nat. Oh, that's Carmella. I can't tell the difference. Burned jerky actually has more personality and usefulness and probably tastes better. So anyway, Liv, Rhea, and Naomi, along with Sasha, took on Shayna, Natty, Zelina, and the burned piece of beef jerky. Kira, I swear to God, I will turn the show around. You stop thinking about Liv and watching her. I know you're thinking. You stop it. You get some help. I do wonder, though, would Rhea allow me to pay her if she could just throw me around and top me and just pound me down? Kira, stop thinking about it. Nevertheless, stop. I know you're thinking about it. I will turn this show around, even though I can't, because this show started somewhere and has gone completely backwards. Wonder how Rhea would be if she... I wonder how she'd take... Okay, anyway, Kira, stop thinking about it. So anyway, no one's going to clip that, fortunately. So, I really want Rhea to fold me up like that. Stop thinking about it, Kira. Corey was insufferable during this. But then again, Corey's insufferable with pretty much any commentary he does because he's freaking rotten. It's a wannabe Bobby Heenan. So we get an Owens and Austin package with the pretend white trash that is Kid Rock. You know, the guy that kind of looks like a meth head, except the difference is meth heads actually get that way and can clean themselves up. Kid Rock is a rich kid that pretends to be white trash. He looks like that on purpose. Kid Rock's a fucking idiot. And you know what? If he just vanished or burst into flames, nobody would miss him. I certainly wouldn't. I mean, hell, burned Kid Rock would certainly make the news, and I'd laugh. So anyway... Owens is in the ring. He's selling the hell out of this. Stone Cold isn't coming back. He's just Steve. He knocks beer. Beer is disgusting, by the way, to me. Owens 316 says, my stunner is better than yours, and doing all this great stuff. He really is fired up here, and he's going to get his ass beat at Mania, which is the whole point. Recaps with Lashley and Omos. Why is the IC champion so bald, and why did he get beaten in a few minutes? We want Sack, is what I thought Pittsburgh was saying. I'm not here to kink shame you. It's actually, we want Pat. ATL for 3. Ricochet is toast. He's lost 3 matches in the last few days. One loss doesn't mean anything, but this, like, oh, let's just have him get beat. Have him get beat. Watch, he'll maybe retain against, Angel and Humberto. And it won't mean anything because they haven't made the Intercontinental Championship mean anything. And they'll probably give it right back to Sami Zayn. I was talking to a friend about that just before I started doing this. They'll probably hand it back to Zayn. And then, Pittsburgh apparently is lynch mob country. That sounded better in my head because Bianca was cutting a promo and everything. She didn't have her throat issue or whatever. She recovered from that throat pain and that throat injury way better than Nancy A and Nancy B did, in 1983 and 2007. So let's move on from that. Becky tries to attack, but oh no! She, can't quite gain the advantage and then manages to just, nudge Bianca enough to hit her with a chair and then has a bag. She's going to cut her hair off. Oh, no, she's not going to be able to whip her hair back and forth. But then Bianca hits the KOD. You can hear somebody say, move the scissors. And they do. And because that would have been really, really bad. And then we get a PG version of 2 women scissoring on camera. This is the second most PG scissoring I've seen between 2 women on camera. Always delete your search history. But she cuts Becky's hair. Oh no! And there you go. That's pretty much it. She cuts her hair. The crowd's chanting, you deserve it. It's like the Sid and Arn scissoring incident in 2022 version. Basically, 30 years after the fact, well actually 29 years after the fact, we are getting scissoring in a wrestling ring. Actually, it's a good thing we didn't get the Sid Arn thing because that would have been pretty bad. So, Drew comes out with his swords thrust in the air and breaks. Stop thinking about it. You know who you are. Becky, I thought she was going to kiss Sarah there, but she basically says, Bianca, you bitch. And then, well, Country Music at Mania. I don't know who they are, and I don't fucking care. In fact, here, that's it. Fuck your country music. So, Drew versus Corbin and Moss basically turned into Drew versus Moss, and Drew won. 3, Drew won. Then Corbin comes back, blindsides Drew, and steals the sword. Didn't him and Moss steal the sword a couple of months ago? Repeat business, bitch. So, why is Edge on the set of a weird cop drama? Why does he have a scale? And how is this going to build to what AJ Styles and him are going to do? His fate is sealed, or his judgment is sealed. Okay, why is the scale? Whatever. Styles then basically recaps all the stuff we've seen. Boogs and Nakamura make the entrance, and we're gonna have them on commentary. 6-man commentary booth. Everybody get in here. So Usos and RK Bro had a match, and I wrote down, watch them have Alpha Academy or the Street Profits come out to cause a DQ. And lo and behold, well, this is after Cole, by the way, said Shin and Nakamura, because Michael Cole is really fucking bad at his job. And I can't wait for the day when Michael Cole, this goddamn just brutally rotten commentator, is off television for good. He fucking sucks. He drags everything down. He needs to be bitch slapped repeatedly with a fucking sack of doorknobs until he can't do commentary anymore. And I know he's got Vince screaming in his ear. I know he's got 65% hearing loss, and I feel bad for him. Go be, a producer backstage. Get a better commentator out there. Get a freaking sack of wet sand. That's better than Michael Cole. So anyway, the Profits come out and cause a DQ, and we'll see you next time for the Royal Rumble. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. I'll have my predictions for the most stupendous two-night WrestleMania in history tomorrow. Agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Reckland. I'll see you soon.